for football for this weekend, or soccer if you like, and I will also give you what I think is the best pick from each league. If you followed last week's results and the best picks, Liverpool, Atletico, and if we take huge underdogs with plus 0.5, Angers against Saint Etienne, Milan was a losing bet, and Heidenheim also played a draw against Leipzig. So if you follow this with adjusted Kelly units, you would make a little bit more than 9 units of profit. If you bet on soccer, I hope my numbers were helpful. We can also check quickly last week's projections. So those were projections from English Premier League. Brentford was small value. Tottenham, I also think Ipswich lost to Tottenham. Wolves, Bournemouth, and the biggest value was Liverpool against Manchester City. My projected odds were 1.84. Bookmakers offered 2.31, and Liverpool beat Manchester by 2-0. So it was a winning bet. In Spanish La Liga, we had only 3 highlighted green numbers, and 2 biggest were Atletico Madrid and Real Sociedad. Atletico, I think, beat Valencia, and Real Sociedad beat Leganes by 3-0. I don't know how Mallorca played last week. We can check Mallorca. Mallorca played Mallorca against Sevilla, right? They played 1-1, but this was anyway not the biggest. The biggest was 7.76 Atletico Madrid, and they beat Valencia by 3-0. And this weekend I will also show you what I think is the best pick from each league. Okay, French league, the biggest was Angers Saint Etienne. So if you go with the odds that are bigger, if you go with plus 0.5, always use Asian handicap or plus 0.5. It was a draw, and you could get this at 1.60. Italian Serie A, Milan against Torino was the biggest. The odds are 2.03, so you would go with a straight win. So with Asian handicaps, if you can get plus 0.5 above 1.5, about 1.6, this is something I would go. But if we have such games, then this is straight win is good. But Milan, it was, I think, 1-1 or something like that. We can check it. Results. I think it was 1-1, or they even lost. They lost against Torino. So this was a losing bet. And in Germany, the biggest discrepancy was here, this one. So Heidenheim against Leipzig. So draw in green number, and Heidenheim win in green number. So once we take this is plus 0.5 also. And if you followed these numbers, you would go for 1. And now we will move to today's projections for this weekend from all top 5 leagues. Okay, so let's start with English Premier League, and let's find out what is the best what is the best play. First is English Premier League. And Nottingham Forest will go against Manchester City. Based on my projections, Nottingham should be 2.91. They're 3.71, so there is small value with Nottingham Forest. That doesn't mean that they will win. This is something very important to understand. When we talk about the numbers, I think every sports bettor should know how to read probabilities and the odds. We're not looking for winning bets, but where is the value? Okay, basically the discrepancy between your analysis and bookmakers analysis. Okay, because I like to say bookmakers play mathematical game, and sports bettors play sports game. That's why bookmakers win, and that's what they are growing. Okay, so when I say that there is a small value with Nottingham Forest, we can also say that there is no Manchester City value in this game. Okay, so sometimes you can reverse the question, what I should not play. Okay, and then you find the value with the other team. But maybe small value with Nottingham Forest. Either go with plus 0.5 or home win, but Manchester City, they're in big crisis, and the numbers show their problems here as well. Crystal Palace against Ipswich Town. There is small value with Crystal Palace. Bookmakers have them at 1.48. My numbers 1.42. So if that would be around 1.55, we can check it. Crystal Palace, Ipswich Town, right? If you can get 1.5, 1.6, which will not happen, but around 1.6, it would be nice value on Crystal Palace. But I don't believe this will happen. Brighton, Fulham, based on my projections, Fulham should be 2.70. They're 3.57. Fulham against Brighton. So Fulham is ninth in the league, and Brighton is right above Fulham. So this could be much closer game. But based on my projections, you see, my betting model show equal chances to both teams: 36 to Brighton, 26 or 27 to draw, and Fulham 37. So very similar numbers. Bookmakers favor Brighton at 2.07, so they give them close to 50% of chance to win this game at home, and because of that, there is some value in terms of numbers, in terms of value on Fulham. Okay, 10.12% difference and 1.26 in adjusted Kelly. Liverpool, Southampton, based on my projections, Liverpool should be 1.08, but those odds are very small. I would skip this game anyway. Brentford, Aston Villa, based on my projections, 43.39% of chance to Brentford. No value, small discrepancy on Brentford, but not good enough. Wolves, Everton, based on my projections, 37.02% on Everton. My projected odds 2.70, bookmakers 3.21. So Wolves are overrated in this game, in my opinion, or based on these numbers. Then we have Tottenham against Bournemouth. Based on my projections, Tottenham should have 33.39% of chance to win this game, and Bournemouth 44.91. Bournemouth, they lost 2 straight games against Brighton on the road, and against Wolves in last 2 games. They beat Southampton on the road, and they also lost against Liverpool at home. So maybe they are in small crisis. 3 losses in 5 less games. On the other side, Tottenham, they lost against Manchester City, but before that they won 3 straight wins, and they're 3-5 in last 5 games. So maybe teams are going into another direction. So Bournemouth, they're fighting for their Euro Cups for the first. I don't know if they played before, but they are definitely motivated. But Tottenham, they are in the middle of the league. 33 points, not the best season. But if we stick to the numbers, Bournemouth is a value at 2.75. If you can get this at plus 0.5, that would be even better. Chelsea, Leicester City, we can also check what is plus 0.5 on Bournemouth. So let's check this. What are bookmakers odds if you can get plus 0.5? That would be the best option. Yes, you can get this at around 1.62. So this would be probably the best play in English Premier League, at least based on my numbers, at least based on adjusted Kelly, because as you see, this is the biggest value if we exclude Liverpool because of small odds. Okay, always use common sense. Chelsea, Leicester, based on my projections, no value. Manchester, Arsenal, the odds are completely fair. My betting model gives 20.81% to Manchester and 53.41% to Arsenal, but this is what exactly bookmakers think, so no value. And then we have West Ham against Newcastle United, also no value. So I think, at least based on my numbers, Bournemouth plus 0.5 at 1.62 is probably the best pick in English Premier League this week. Okay, let's go to Spanish La Liga. First game, Valladolid against Las Palmas. Based on my projections, small value with Valladolid. Projected odds 2.54, bookmakers 3.11. We can check also standings quickly. Valladolid and Las Palmas. Valladolid is last in the league. So if they want to do something, they need to start winning. But also Las Palmas, they lost 4 straight games. So if Valladolid don't win this game, they are probably out. This is their best chance to uh, still have some hope to stay in the league. And they are also playing against the rival for the relegation against Las Palmas. And based on my projections, they will have 39.44% of chance to win this game. So maybe small value with Valladolid. Then we have Girona against Celta Vigo. Based on my projections, Celta Vigo is small value. Celta Vigo, they are 10th in the league, and Girona, they are 13th in the league. Girona lost 3 straight games, so Celta Vigo is small value. Rayo Vallecano against Sevilla. Rayo Vallecano, they are 6th in the league. They have 2 straight losses, but they are fighting for Eurocups. Sevilla, not best season. They have 3 drops in less 5 games, and maybe small value with Rayo Vallecano. But we're looking for a little bit bigger discrepancies. Betis against Real Madrid. I think there is no value with Real. I think they are a little bit overrated in this game. Betis just beat Getafe and Real Sociedad in last 2 games. They are also fighting for Eurocups, so they will be motivated on Benito Villamarin. There's always great atmosphere, and they can upset Real Madrid in terms of covering handicap, maybe, or maybe a draw. So I think there is no value playing Real Madrid. Probably the best option is Betis plus 1.5 or something like that if I need to pick anything from this game. Atletico against Athletic. No value. My numbers and bookmakers numbers are exactly the same. Leganes against Getafe, similar story. My betting model gives better chance to Getafe, but based on current odds, there is not enough value. Barcelona, Real Sociedad. Barcelona, of course, better team. Betting model gives them close to 69% of chance to win this game. Bookmakers have them at 1.27. My model 1.45. So they're a little bit overrated. So I would stay away from this game. Mallorca, Alaves, based on my projections, no value. The numbers are exactly the same. Osasuna, Valencia, based on my projections, Osasuna should be 2.19. Bookmakers 2.36. Osasuna is a better team. This season they are playing at home. Valencia, they're fighting for to stay in the league. They lost the last game against Atletico, but they have 2 wins in last 5 games, so it could be much closer game. We will see. But the last game, Villarreal against Espanyol. Villarreal, they are 5th in the league. They can fight for Champions League spot, but they need to win such games. Espanyol, they are at the bottom of the league. They are in safe zone at this moment, and my betting model has 1.29 on Villarreal, and bookmakers have them at 1.43. If you can get something around 1.45, 1.5, and based on these numbers, as you see, this is the biggest highlighted number. Villarreal 1.43. This is probably the best play in Spanish La Liga, at least based on numbers. Okay, let's move to French League. Monaco, Reims. Based on my projections, there is some value with Monaco. They lost the last game against Lille, but Lille is great team. But before that, they played at home against Nantes. They beat them by 7-1, and they will go against Reims, which is even worse team. Reims lost 4 straight games, and my betting model shows some value with Monaco at home, so they should take care of this game. But the odds are too small, 1.37. If you can get something around 1.40, that would be a good value. Then we have Saint-Etienne against Nice. Saint-Etienne, they are fighting for relegation. They need wins badly. They played 3-3 against Angers in the last game, but Nice is much better team. Nice is basically 3rd team in the French league, right after Paris Saint-Germain and Marseille. They have 4 wins out of last 5 games, and based on my projections, they should be at 1.39. Bookmakers offer them at 1.69, or if you can get something at around 1.7, if you shop the odds, I think this is nice value on Nice. Okay, they are simply better team, and the numbers show this. Okay, Lens against Le Havre. Based on my projections, there is no value with Lens. maybe small value with Lavra, but still, when we talk about the numbers, we need to understand what we are talking. Okay. When I say that there is some value with Lavra, that doesn't mean that they will win this game. They still have only 50% of chance to win this game. Okay, and this is something we should take into consideration. My betting model shows 6.60 odds only. Average bookmakers 8.57. Okay, that means that Lens is overrated, nothing else. Okay, Lyon Brest, based on my projections, more than 60% of chance to Lyon. They are 16th in the league, and Brest is 9th in the league. I don't see any value in this game. Auxerre Strasbourg, 35.93% to Auxerre and around 40% to Strasbourg. The odds are fair, set by bookmakers. Angers Toulouse, based on my projections, Toulouse 44.21% of chance to win this game. Toulouse is 10th in the league. And the Angers, they are 12th in the league. So based on my projections, Toulouse should have better chance to win this game, and also bookmakers thinks the same. Montpellier Rennes, based on my projections, no value. So the numbers are same. And Marseille Nantes, also no value. I have Marseille at 1.54, bookmakers 1.41. So no value in Marseille also. So what is the best play in French La Liga, French League, League One? The best play, I think, is Nice at 1.69. Okay, based on my projections, based on numbers, this is the best play. Okay, we are not trying to hit the winner. We are not trying to be smart here. We just look at the statistics, look at the numbers, put into the betting model. Betting model calculates probabilities, turn into the odds, and then the spreadsheet also calculates adjusted Kelly value based on my formula. And this is where we see the value. So without any other magical solution or intuitive solution. Okay, let's move to Italian Serie A. Last week, this was the only losing bet from top pick, and let's see what is the best pick this weekend. Fiorentina Lecce, based on my projection, small value with Fiorentina. I want to check standings here. Fiorentina against Lecce. Fiorentina is 7th in the league, and Lecce is at the bottom of the league. Fiorentina is fighting for European Cups. They are playing at home. I have them at 1.66, bookmakers 1.81. I think there is some value with Fiorentina. So if you follow Serie A, this can be your supportive information. Atlanta Venezia, based on my projections, Venezia will have only 8.83% of chance to win this game. Also, bookmakers have the same number. Venezia is one of the worst teams in the league. They will probably go to Serie B after this season. On the other side, Atalanta, they are third best in the league. They can even win championship this season, and they should beat such teams, but they are slightly overrated based on numbers. Napoli Inter, probably the best. Not probably, this is the best game this weekend. Napoli 32.15% of chance to win. My projected odds 3.11 on Napoli, bookmakers 3.31, draft close to 30%, and Inter 38.10%. So my betting model gives a little bit better chance to Inter, but also bookmakers numbers say the same. Okay, but there is no value. Okay, there is no value in this game. As you see, no green highlighted number. I would just stay away from this game. Udinese Parma, based on my projections, there is a value with Parma, not because they have better chance, but because Udinese is overrated. Okay, because Udinese is overrated. Parma, they are fighting for first league, so they are not relegated. And in the last game, they beat Bologna at home. Bologna is among top 6 teams, and Udinese, they have 3 wins in last 5 games. They beat Lecce on the road, they beat Empoli at home, they played with Napoli 1-1 at home, and they beat Venezia 3-2. So they're playing really well. If they can keep playing like this, they can maybe catch European Cups. But if we stick just to the numbers, not making any stories, 41.24% of chance to Udinese. This is what my betting mall said. Betting mall gives Udinese a better chance to win this game. However, bookmakers offer 1.81 on Udinese and 4.79 on Parma. Okay, and based on my projections, there is a value with Parma. And as I said, once we have bigger odds, plus 0.5 is the best option. In soccer, we will check what is the best odds for this game. Monza, Torino, based on my projections, there is some value with Monza. I have them at 33.69% of chance to win this game. My odds are 2.97. So basically, very similar odds. And the biggest odds here are for the draft. So based on bookmakers odds, 1.99 on Torino. So Torino is overrated in this game. If we check the standings, Monza is the worst team in the league. They have only one draw in last 5 games. Torino, they beat Milan at home. They lost against Bologna on the road. They had 2 draws. So they are just in the middle of the league. And Monza is playing at home, and they must win something if they still want to have some hope to stay in the league. And at 4.25 plus 0.5 would be most logical solution in this game. Okay, so Parma plus 0.5, Monza plus 0.5, but the biggest value is Parma. Okay, Bologna, Cagliari, no value. Genova, Empoli, also no value. My betting mall gives 46.93% of chance to Genova. Roma, Como, of course, Roma is better team, 2.28. My betting mall gives them 43.94% of chance to win this game. I confidently say Roma is better, but Como is also not bad. Como won 2 straight games. Roma 4 out of 5 games. No value in this game. Milan, Lazio, another great game. Milan 44.14% of chance to win this game. My projected odds 2.27, bookmakers 2.07, so no value. And Juventus, Hellas Verona, I think Juventus is slightly overrated. I have them at 1.5, bookmakers 1.2, 1.3, right? If we check the numbers, the best play this weekend in Italian Serie A is Parma, and let's check what odds you can get right now for this game. Parma, the best odds, Asian handicap plus 0.5 on Parma. You can get at plus money at around 2.5, 2.9. 2.9, 2.10, 2.9, 2.10, 2.9. So Parma plus 0.5 at 2.9. I think this is the best play in Serie A. We can also check Monza. What are the prices on Monza at home if you take Asian handicap? You should also get around 2. I think Monza against Torino on Sunday, Asian handicap plus 0.5. You can get this at around 1.90. Okay, 1.9. But I think the best play this weekend in Serie A is Parma not to lose against Udinese, and you can get this at 2.09. Okay, and let's move to the last league for this weekend, German Bundesliga. Last week, Heidenheim was the best play, plus 0.5, of course, and it was a winning bet. But let's go with the first game, Stuttgart against Bayern München. Based on my projections, Bayern should be 1.53. They are 1.66. I will check quickly the standings. Bayern is first, and Stuttgart is fighting for European Cups. Small value with Bayern. Heidenheim against Gladbach. My betting model has Heidenheim at 41.11% of chance to win this game. My projected odds 2.43. Bookmakers 3.09. So Heidenheim, they are fighting for relegation, so they want to stay in the league. And Gladbach is in the middle of the league. But based on my numbers, Heidenheim could be some value play at home. Maybe if you plus 0.5 would be also good option if you can get some good odds. Okay, so this is so far the biggest discrepancy, but let's check the rest of the games and see if there is some better bet. Okay, Werder Bremen against Wolfsburg, a small value with Werder, 2.33. My projected bookmakers 2.71. Werder is 12th in the league and Wolfsburg is 8th in the league. Wolfsburg has 4 draws in last 5 games. Werder has 3 losses. Okay, so in last 5 games. Bochum, Hoffenheim. Bochum is slightly overrated in this game. Hoffenheim is better team. Bochum is second worst in the league, but not good enough value. Then we have Leipzig, Mainz. Leipzig is 6th in the league. A lot of expectations from this league, from this team, but Mainz is just 1 spot above Leipzig, but they have both same amount of points, and based on my projections, Leipzig is a little bit overrated at 1.96, so 3.82 on Mainz, which is 5th in the league, against Leipzig, which is 6th. There is 9.9 discrepancy, so plus 0.5 on Mainz would be probably most logical play here. St. Pauli Dortmund, small value with St. Pauli. Again, I'm not saying that they will win, but simply that Dortmund is overrated in this game. Then we have Eintracht Frankfurt against Leverkusen. Eintracht Frankfurt is based on bookmakers 4.72. Okay, in this game, I will just double check right now if the lines moved. In which direction lines moved. The lines didn't move. Basically, the lines went up. So the lines didn't move much. So it is still the same 4.72 on Frankfurt. And based on my discrepancy, there is a value with Frankfurt, so no value with Leverkusen, and this is the biggest discrepancy so far. Union Berlin, small value with Holstein Kiel, and Augsburg Freiburg, also not enough value. And what is the best play based on my numbers this weekend in German Bundesliga? This is Frankfurt, but of course I would recommend to go with plus 0.5. You can get this at 2.17. 2.17, which means that Frankfurt should not lose this game. Okay, so this is based on my numbers the best play. If we check the standings, of course I don't know anything about standings. I never look at standings. Frankfurt, they are 3rd in the league. Okay, the best team is Bayern München. Second is Bayer Leverkusen. They are fighting for first place, but Bayern Munich will probably be a champion. And then 3rd is Frankfurt, okay, in the league. Okay, they have 12 wins, 6 draws. Frankfurt at home, they have 7 wins and only 1 loss. So plus 0.5, I think this is the best play. Of course, if you follow German Bundesliga, if you have all other information, you can take into account. But these numbers say that Frankfurt's plus 7.5, plus 0.5 is the best value play from Bundesliga. Okay. So thank you for watching. Whatever you decide to take, I wish you good luck, and always remember, never blindly follow anyone. And of course, if you want to bet with your own spreadsheets, if you want to make your own analysis without following other people's picks, including mine, visit underdogchance.com and I will show you how. So see you next time.